Hi there, HCC family. Just great to be with you. Wanted to communicate a few things to you, a bit more sort of face to face, as it were. It can be hard through the written word sometimes to communicate heart, and so just wanted to touch base on a few things. So here's the news. As you can see, we've got a picture and a plant, so I know your expectation levels now are through the roof and you can't wait for what I'm going to share. Unlike the news, it's not going to be 25 minutes with the weather afterwards. I know my mum would be disappointed with the latter. By the way, mum, it's looking pretty naff. I'd stay inside if I was you. So just firstly, just want to say a big thank you for all your prayers and the people who actually did stuff and supported as well within that. That enabled me to get away to Harnhill last week and have a bit of a different weekend. I'm feeling good. I got lots of great space to reflect, to unpick. I think probably the last 20 months had finally caught up a bit, and just to process stuff with God, get a lot of prayer, get a lot of time just with Jesus. And so I'm feeling refreshed, and I'm feeling, I think, equipped for the next season. I can't pretend everything's fine or everything's perfect, but God's spoken, and I've got to hold those things and walk them out. But I feel good about that. So thank you. And I think just to kick off straight off, I was really aware of that as I looked at the news Saturday night, and of course COVID has reared its ugly head yet again. And I was like, oh, thank God I've been at Harnhill. I don't know how I'd have coped with, because all the thoughts crash in of like, is it going to go this way? Are we going to lock down? Are we going to have to go back online? All of that stuff. And so really thankful to God that in the end, whatever happens, wherever it goes, I can only speak personally, I'm feeling like I think I've got the capacity to do that, which is good. But I hope you're doing all right as well, and appreciate for all of us these things hit differently. And I don't think there's any right or wrong way of responding. So in terms of the changes and what we perceive the government doing, is they're aware there's this new Omicron or whatever it's called, variant out there. They're unsure exactly what the effect of that's going to be, and so they're taking precautions, and so we want to take precautions as well. And our precautions as HCC are to really encourage you afresh to seriously consider COVID-19 and what you are doing about it, but also to take seriously other people. So can we really encourage you to be washing your hands afresh, to be respecting other people and distancing and those sort of things, and not just assuming everyone's going to be thinking about it the same as you are. I think something I've got to say, I think everyone's done brilliantly at, and just want to encourage you to continue in, is staying away when you're unwell. Thank you so much. I think just people have loved superbly in that way, and even maybe to the end where I've had to say to people, I don't think you're that unwell, I think you'll be okay. But that's incredible, and so if we can continue to do that. In terms of mask wearing, if you want to wear a mask, we want to encourage you to do that. And we want everyone to be respectful and loving towards people making their individual decision. So wear masks if you want to wear masks. If you want to have any sort of distance seating at a gathering, just let me know. It's something I've been able to do. I'm happy to serve you in that way. And anything within that, if it's being sat near a window or just a bit more distance, love to do that for you. In terms of the bridge as well, same stuff applies. We're aware, we'll be aware of numbers in there, and just making sure that's good. The whole team are aware that, if it gets a little bit busier, the ventilation system is very, very good in there that Mike's put in, so we can just turn that up, and that really does the most important thing, which is replacing air in that place. But over and under and through all of that, can we say we are taking it seriously and we'll keep our finger on the pulse? So if, even when you watch this, and if by Friday stuff's changed and it's gone south and it's really bad, we'll do stuff. We won't twiddle our fingers. And I hope you're aware that through the whole time we've taken it seriously. It has been hard because you're grappling with how do we keep people safe and how do we continue to be the people of God and to encourage people and to bless and worship Jesus. And that's been a tension, but we continue and want to grapple with those things. So hopefully that communicates that well. And again, any questions, please just drop me a line. A couple of weeks ago, we had our gift day. And thank you so much to all of you who gave financially. We've been able to send off over £1,000 to Open Doors, which 20 people, 20 of our brothers and sisters, that because they just believe in Jesus, are suffering, they get 2 weeks refuge, safety, support, encouragement, and that can act for them like a staging post where they can actually readdress and look at the rest of their lives. So thank you so much for that. All in all, we got just over £18,000, which is fantastic, and a few long-term commitments as well. And that means we can carry on what God's been doing. Yeah, we can carry on loving people and carry on serving people and raising Jesus up high over our town and over our area. So that's fantastic. If you have yet to make good on a promise of money, I think the finance team especially would appreciate actual money rather than goodwill. So if you could get that money in as soon as possible, that would be brilliant. Thank you so much. On another note, I know last week I had AGM. Apologies for not being able to be there. Thank you to everybody who turned up. And I know some stuff came up in terms of children and youth work, and just want to really underline, we're going to communicate well about that stuff. It's been things we've been looking at and grappling with, so we haven't been, again, twiddling our thumbs, and just want you to feel confident that's we're holding that and we're doing stuff about that. So you'll watch this space, but stuff will be coming out very soon to clearly share what we're doing. And a lot of stuff, especially around the children's stuff, has been stuff we've worked through, and we've got what we feel is a good package for the future of that. So that will be communicated really, really soon. So bless you, and hope that helps. And I think finally, just want to just talk about exhaustion. What a beautiful subject. Exhaustion's a funny thing, and because often we take it as negative, and if someone says, "Oh, I'm just exhausted," we assume they've been doing too much. Really, they haven't done their diary very well, been a bit naughty. Can I encourage you that Jesus was exhausted sometimes? Yeah, when they got to Samaria, he stopped by the well because he was tired, and the rest of the disciples were the ones who went in. So exhaustion's a bit of a funny thing, and I'm sure that Mo Farah, after he won Olympic gold at 10,000 metres at the London Olympics, I'm sure if someone had come up to him and said, "How are you feeling?" Do you know what I mean, like physically? He'd have said, "Exhausted." Do you know what I mean? He's just run 10k really, really fast, put everything out there. But no one has said, "Wow, did you do a bit much, did you? Run a bit fast, did you? You should have taken it a bit easier." No, he won gold. He was after something. And I think the point in that is just to say, hey guys, if you're feeling exhausted, that actually within it all, well done. Can I just say, well done? Because probably you're exhausted because you haven't just given up. You haven't just buried your head. You haven't just, put things to the side. But actually, you've continued on. Well done if today you are still believing in Jesus Christ. Because with everything that's gone on, there's lots of people up and down the country who aren't. As I speak to other churches and other people in other churches, so many people have wandered, have moved away from their faith or their commitment to a joined expression of Jesus, which is church. So well done if you're still believing. Well done if you're still hoping. Well done if you're still praying. And well done if you're still grappling. And if you are feeling exhausted, don't beat yourself up. It's been that sort of season. But hear Jesus, and I think this is just what we felt beginning of last week, met as a leadership, and we just felt Jesus saying, come away with me. I felt that personally, and I feel for all of us, come away with me. So can I encourage you, I appreciate this Christmas probably, unless we have any lockdown, because of last Christmas may be busier than ever. Try and be wise. Try and give yourself some space. Try and be good to yourself. And in terms of looking at January, we're really wanting to pitch January as a bit of a time to breathe. Well done everybody that despite all the stuff, actually since lockdown ended or restrictions ended, we've actually been doing more than we were before. Yeah, there's some other bits and pieces we're still working out, as I mentioned, in terms of youth and stuff, but big picture, we've been doing more, which is incredible. But in January, we're not stopping stuff, we're taking a bit of time to breathe, time to make sure, so things around, we need some volunteers and some help, especially around Sundays and some other things, and we'll be communicating that. And in light of that, in terms of in the new year, we're having our service on Christmas Day at the community centre. We're not meeting on Boxing Day. Hopefully we'll be pleased to hear. But then we're not going to meet as well on the 2nd of January. So that's the first Sunday of 2022. We're not going to have a service at Warnford. The main reason for this is that us Fords and the Wilsons are exhausted. Because it has been hard work, not only putting together the stuff as normal, moving back again to another place and putting it all together, but with the streaming side and all of that, we could do with a bit of a break. So I hope you have grace towards us in this, but we're not doing anything. So fellowship, togetherness, heart, other people within church, our family, is vital. And please, 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 can I underline afresh? I know we've been talking a lot about the lost and the poor. Do not hear that as you don't matter. Do not hear that as fellowship doesn't matter or community doesn't matter. That's what we want. We want to be together more. We want to love each other more. So please don't hear that as something other too, but it's actually part of. It's the context of us being family. It's being a commissioned community. So Sunday the 2nd, we'll get more details out to you. Sunday the 2nd of January, we are asking all of us to spend time with some people from church. Go for a walk, have a coffee with someone, have some people around for a meal. And can we not just, choose our besties, really just thinking God, who we want to spend some time with. And it'd just be glorious, I think, to start the year off going, do you know what? You matter. People matter. Our church family matters. And I'm confident that every one of us gets an invite or goes somewhere or meets with some people just to be friends. And what a great way to meet the new year. So I hope you hear my heart in that. And like I said, we'll communicate more out to you in the days to come. We're hitting nearly 13 minutes. Well done for listening to all this. Hopefully you've heard heart in this. Again, any questions, let me know. But God bless you, and I pray for our nation especially. God, would you bless it? God, would you move in our nation? Would you move in hearts in our nation? Whatever happens, be glorified.